Thank you for being here tonight. We will call to order the March 5th, 2019 Board of Commissioners meeting. And before we have our invocation, I just wanted to say, I think the other commissioners will agree that we thank everybody who has really pulled together for the last 48 hours. To say it's been stressful is an understatement. But I know there's been a lot of personal sacrifice. The county manager and his staff, and our county employees, our first responders, our 911 dispatchers, and our citizens who volunteered. I was in Ellerslie yesterday, and they had a steady stream of citizens who would come in and said, "What can we do to help?" And that's really heartwarming to see that. Love thy neighbor and do unto others has been displayed quite a bit over the last 48 hours. And I also would like for us to remember our neighbors in Alabama. That is a really desperate situation over there. They've lost far more than we have. So with that, we will go right into our invocation, so let us pray. Lord, we come to you tonight with thanksgiving. We have so much to be thankful for tonight. We pray, Lord, that you will provide comfort and solace to those who are hurting. We also ask for discernment and wisdom, Lord, as we make decisions for those who live in our county. All these things we ask in thy name. Amen. And Commissioner Andrews will lead us in the pledge.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I understand that Mr. Lane is traveling back from Washington, and he had told us that he would not be here tonight. He was there with some ACCG duties. First on the agenda tonight is the minutes of the regular session of February the 19th and the comprehensive plan update work session of February the 19th. Is there a motion?
Make the motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Are there any questions or changes or corrections to the minutes? All those in favor? Motion passes. Nancy, is there appearances? Under old business tonight, we have the second reading of the application of Lane and Larry Adams for beer and wine on premises at Shorty's Barbecue located at 5161 Georgia Highway 219 in Forks. The application, as I said, is for Wayne Adams and Larry Adams. The restaurant is Shorty's Barbecue at 5161 Georgia Highway 219 in Forks. The Adams are here. Would you like to say anything?
Madam Chairman, I would like to say
Come
this.
forward, sir, to the table. Thank you.
I would like to say that this is our first experience doing this, and then with the Health Department, the Sheriff's Department, and the Commissioners. It's been a real pleasure. We thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of this application? Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition? No one? So I will ask for a motion. The Sheriff's Office has provided approval, Community Development approves, and the Health Department approves. Is there a motion?
I'll move that we approve it.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All right, there's a motion to approve and a second. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries. The license is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there any other old business? All right, there's nothing under new business. And we have our county manager project updates, I hope you're gonna tell us about all the work that's been done.
In the last 40
yeah.
hours? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. But I can't, just like the board, I cannot stress enough the thanks for just a bunch of people who have come together in the last 40 hours, short notice. Storms don't give us a chance to get ready, but we're as ready as we can be. But again, I can't say enough thanks to Mike Brown and the Public Works crew, Brian Williams in Community Development, Monty Davis, the 911 Director, the Sheriff's Office, all the deputies, Ronnie Dukes with Solid Waste, Stephen Waskey from Parks and Rec. The various vendors are calling us wanting to give food to the first responders and cash and checks. I said I'll take the cash and checks, and I'll take your food too. The volunteer firefighters are just wonderful folks. The Georgia Department of Transportation for their crews, the Georgia Department of Corrections for their crews, GEMA, ACCG, they're represented tonight. Bill Kwame from ACCG is here. He came to visit with us to make sure we're okay and we're getting all the resources we need, which we are. But again, the storm hit about 48 hours ago, and there's a tremendous amount of cleanup going on, tremendous amount of food being distributed, a tremendous amount of yard debris being already picked up and taken to the landfill, and now we got a burn permit for Ellerslie Park, so we're going to take some of it to the transfer station at the C&D area, and then the Ellerslie Park. That Ellerslie Park has sustained a tremendous amount of damage to the lodge and the trees. It should be another 8 or 9. We were about 2 or 3 weeks, literally, from the playground got done, 100% done. The wood chips are done. I mean, the turn lane was almost done. The internal road was done. Grass was coming up where it needed to be. And now there's a tree through the lodge. A lot of trees were bare, just gone. It's going to take a while to open that park up. But again, I can't thank enough for these individuals to come, work hard with all these resources. A GEMA representative was here this morning. We were on the phone getting burn permits and just getting churches and volunteers together and all. It just worked. But we were prepared, but it just worked. I just can't thank everybody enough. But the wood debris is getting picked up quickly. What I didn't say is we got Troup County here with their public works crews. Upson County, I called my friends, my county manager counterparts in Troup and Upson County. They said, Randy, you helped us before, we're going to help you. So Troup County Public Works, Upson County Public Works, City of West Point Public Works is coming tomorrow. Just a lot of people pitching in to clean up the place. So I just can't thank everybody enough. So project updates, the real fun part. I hope you all have the new format.
I do.
The stuff we've got to focus on is on top. All the completed projects are on the bottom. And they're all important. Let me start with the highlights. Madam Chairman, Board of Commissioners, number 3, Jaws of Life. Again, the board approved that at the last meeting, and we're going to get 3 of the Jaws of Life tools delivery in mid-April. And Andy Colbert said I was wrong. The equipment is not 20 years, it's 25 years. Andy, thank you for correcting me. I was trying to be nice. Number 4, generator replacement purchase at the 911 Center. We did submit a grant to the GEMA by the deadline of March 1st, and we're waiting for a response for that generator 911 replacement as well as waterworks. Number 5, resurface Lower Blue Springs and Barnes Mill Road using LBIG money. Again, that's already been approved, and completion is no later than this May. So as soon as the weather breaks, we'll be doing that resurfacing. Number 7, restripe various county roads. That project has already started and should be finished in late May. Number 10, rails to trails. That project, I can say, is going quite well. We have monthly conference calls with Georgia Department of Transportation, and the project should be bid out during June, awarded in July, and completion by this December. So we are on track for those dates. Number 11, the wildlife fence at the airport. Again, that's on bid. Bid opening for that project is March 27th. Number 13, the airport runway and crack seal project. That's also on bid. Bid opening is March 27th. And those two projects to be completed by July. The flying for the airport is in the planning stages. We've had organizational meetings, and we'll continue to have organizational meetings until May 4th to have a great fly-in at the airport. Number 17, we're still waiting for the Georgia Department of Natural Resources to give us a grant for the scrap tire amnesty days. But once we get that, we will be advertising for that. That's a great community event. Number 21, update the comprehensive master plan. Again, the next meeting is March the 19th here in this room. Number 26, clear and grab 35 acres of the Northwest Harris Business Park. We're still waiting for the permits. They're not here as of yet. So that's the highlights of what's not done. In the back, in the economic indicators, you can see how in the SPLOST, it's interesting, the SPLOST 2014, we have 2 months remaining for collections, and that SPLOST will be on page 9. That SPLOST 5-year collection period will end in 2 months, and then we'll begin SPLOST 2019. So that's interesting to see a SPLOST collection be completed. And you can see the lost collections, as well as the T-SPLOST collections for the month. In the single-family home building permit issuance, in January, no, in February there was 15. So there was 15 added in February, making the single-family home building permit issuance 141 for the fiscal year. So that is pretty good. We're on track to meet last year's and maybe exceed it just a little bit, but not by much. And you can see the solid waste tonnage charts on the next page. And we're here to answer any questions the board may have.
On number 22 with the Melody Lakes Dam,
Yes.
do we have a date when they're going to do the survey yet, or?
The survey has been completed,
Okay.
but the calculations have not.
Okay.
So they are doing the calculations right now to see how everything is shaping up. And Brian Kimsey with Card Engineering is keeping us in the loop to say that the survey's been completed, but they're doing calculations. Maybe in hopefully the next meeting they can come back. If not the next meeting, then the next meeting for sure.
You think it'll help that we were declared a state of emergency since we're trying to get money from Hurricane Michael when that was a state of emergency?
It doesn't hurt, and we will tell them several times.
I mean, anything that could help us to get that grant.
Right. Because, don't forget, Harris is only one of 3 counties who got declared by the governor as state of emergencies. Harris, Talbot, and Grady. So we will remind them every chance we get.
On number 10, where we're talking about the rails and trails,
Yes.
I know we have to do the signs, because we agreed to do the signs. Are we gonna, when do you think we might need to get a committee or whatever we want to put on the signs, or how do we want to start doing that? I'd hate for it to all of a sudden jump up on us and we're not prepared.
Right. The signs, we hired a consultant to go through the SHPO process.
Right.
And they're going to do research, and they're going to prepare the sign, but then the board will approve the language, the pictures, before it's made.
Okay.
So that will be a process during this process. And we can either put the signs at the trailheads, or at the library, or at the Chipley Museum, whichever the board prefers. So yeah, those signs won't get made until the board approves them.
Anyone have any other questions?
Do you think that we'll have the hangar doors and all that fixed by the time we have the fly-in? And
Yes. We had the insurance adjuster in today, and he looked at both the airport hangars as well as Ellerslie Park Lodge. So he looked at both of those today. We've already got a call into the builder of the hangars to ask him to come down and repair these two hangar doors. So yes, they will be up by May 4th.
And just to clarify, that damage was as a result of the storm on Sunday.
So 2 huge, heavy hangar doors got blown off.
Anybody have anything else for Randy? I know he's hoping we'll get out of here early.
As of every meeting.
All right, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am, I have just 2 things. One, there's been an annual item notice served on the county, and this annual item notice is a notice that is required under Georgia law when when someone wants to sue the county, you have to give a notice of the litigation within 1 year of the date of the accident, but you have 2 years from the date of the accident in which to file a suit. But if you don't give the notice within 1 year, you can't file the suit within 2 years. This is an accident that occurred back on February the 4th with an automobile accident involving the sheriff's department, and I recommend that you entertain or adopt a motion rejecting and denying the motion for the annual item notice. I've already notified the insurance carrier, and the adjustment of the claim is underway.
Anybody have any questions?
Chairwoman, I will recuse myself from this vote since it involves my son.
Okay, thank you. There are no questions of Mr. Taylor? And I will make the motion that we deny this annual item.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
The second thing on the agenda is a bridge over Williams Creek on Forest and Hole Road. And this is a memorandum of agreement with the DOT. And it replaces a bridge. The idea is to replace a bridge that was built in 1960. And the efficiency rating and the replacement on it really needs to, is deteriorated and it needs to be replaced. But this project which will start in January of next year, needs about 12 months will be completed within about 12, but they need between now and January to acquire some extra right-of-way for the bridge approaches and get the project ready to bid out. And this is the cost for the county is $120,000, and it includes the items that are shown or attached to this agreement. This agreement is a standard form agreement with that the DOT puts out. We don't have any real leeway about it. If you'll notice, there's some things in here you usually don't see in agreements, such as the Georgia Utility Facility Protection Act. There are also the drug-free workplace, and there are a number of. I think there's an Israel support agreement that's in this one. But this is the same agreement that we've used on other bridges exactly. And I've reviewed it and compared it with the others and recommended to your approval for it. And once it's adopted, the DOT will go to the DOT and they'll start moving on this project.
Anybody have any questions of Mr. Taylor on the GDOT MR? And the cost is $120,000, which will require a budget amendment to the current budget.
And then the rest of the project cost is picked up by the state.
Funding will come from T-Splost. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the memorandum of agreement with GDOT and to approve the budget amendment of $120,000 coming from T-Splost.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor? Motion carries.
Madam Chairman, you can stand in recess for 10 minutes until the public hearing is called to order for application of Mr. Gordon.
Okay, sounds good. This meeting's in recess until 7:40.